Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I can. Mir gerade aufgefallen, der Arme. Your Honor.
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So you think you've spotted the problem with this picture, then earn your keep. Why don't you point out, Dankeschön, dass der Text einfach weggeht. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange about this picture? Da. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there was suddenly missing. Should be there? There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Right, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Now what? Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean, and what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. Ja, genau. Das hat die doch bestimmt alles schon gewusst.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. Oh Gott, der Arme. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Okay, understood. I'm going to shoot the judge in the face. That's what you're saying. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Danganronpa, genau. This picture is a fake. The bullet hole was made later. The shooter is someone else. Muss ja das dritte sein. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Was war die Mitte?
Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial.
Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is there any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... I swear, I was lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Mr. Phoenix. I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around. That's right, Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true...
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... the third person? Your Honor, I would like to present some... Oh, evidence? Ich weiß nicht, hab ich nicht, oder? Obwohl... Der Schlüssel vielleicht. Ich meine, wenn Pearl den hatte, musste...
I have proof.
I have proof. That's ja nicht der Richter. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Keine Ahnung, ich bin den Schlüssel. Please take a good look at this.
Okay.
I've already seen it. Thank you.
And?
Oops. Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you're doing.
I think it is the court that should be sighing at you, Mr. Wright.
Ouch. That stung. I think the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya left the room somehow? Weiß ich nicht. Hilfe. Maya hat vielleicht das und dann den Schlüssel? Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey. Ach, die Tante hat von außen abgeschlossen? The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room.
Das? Tatsächlich. Ich verstehe hier gerade nicht warum. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. Jetzt doch von innen. Ja, was denn nun? The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. That sounds kind of wrong. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss von Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Das haben wir wenigstens durchgestanden. 1:30. Defendant Lobby 3. Wow, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. Oh, I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? A ticket, though? Poor thing, so sheltered. Ja. 21. Juni, 20 nach 3. Jetzt haben wir Pearl mit nach Hause genommen. Nicht mit nach Hause genommen, das klingt falsch. Ich meine, zu ihrem nach Hause gebracht. Meine Güte. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick. You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway. I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man. She definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person. Yes, Pearls. Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. So, what do you think of seeing your first trial? Oh my god. Gleich kommt die Polizei. I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before. Oh. That Mystic Maya looked so small and helpless. Well, Maya's already naturally short, so... And then that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes. Roughly? Oh, she means Francisco. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor, so her job is to prove the people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. That's terrible. But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Was ist denn mit ihm los? Well, he might have become a good guy. Eventually. He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgeworth? That was a long time ago. He is not around anymore. Huh? He clotted onto his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it. Moment, was? Oh, that's too bad. By the way. Yes? What is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Why are you asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier.
I didn't see anything.
She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up? Die Musik vom Sportwagen, ich glaube, du beziehst dich auf dieses eine Video, oder mit Edgeworth. I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened?
What I was doing? I wasn't doing anything.
She's really bad at lying. She sucks. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. Oh. What the?
I guess you can see through my lie, huh?
Yeah, clearly.
And lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick?
Das kann ich aber noch nicht, das weiß ich. Gibt's hier jetzt irgendwas Neues zu untersuchen? Ist alles wieder verrückbar. It's an old-style phone booth. I can't say it fits in with this area too well. I called the police from this phone. An old bus stop. It says Kurain Village on the signpost. The buses seem incredibly inconvenient since they only come 3 times a day. A giant rock that seems to be reaching for the sky. Its origins are written on the beat-up old sign. It looks like this giant rock is called the Kurain Boulder. There's a really complex explanation written here, but long story short, it's a big stone for spirits to live in. Ich glaube, das hatten wir letztes Mal. Gucken wir gerade, ob er noch irgendwas Neues sagt. Okay, das ist dasselbe. Glaube ich. The biggest, most elegant of the buildings I can see from here is Fame Manor. Ja. Ja, okay, dann gehen wir mal weiter. June 21st, Fame Manor, meditation room. It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. Someone with a lot of skill wrote these 4 Chinese characters with a brush. Oh look, here's a translation. Na gut, das hatten wir auch. Und was steht da? A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge. Only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's one in English. It says 100 ways to save money. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. Gehen wir mal da rein wieder. Vielleicht ist ja Morgan wieder da. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? It looks like she's talking to a picture.
Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty.
What in the...
Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Right.
Just curious, but that picture you were just looking at.
Oh, today was that event, was it not, good sir? I heard you did well.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I am terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I had previous engagement as I had to watch over the trainees' training today.
I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture.
All because the master can't be here with us, you understand? And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this.
Have you remembered anything about the murder?
No, I told you everything I know already.
Were you in this room the whole time Laura and I went to call the police?
Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. I performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterward.
You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? Nagito. Also ich glaube, niemand hat so viele Komplexe wie Nagito.
I would like to say more did. However, that is all that occurred.
I was really hoping for some new info.
I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes.
Could you possibly be more patronizing? So, do the students train every day?
Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course. However,
And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training?
Mr. Ryan.
Oh, yes. Whoa, she got real scary real fast.
How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl.
Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far?
Next question, please.
Oh man, she's really being a pain in the ass about this.
Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir, or else you soon will need to watch your back.
So the master is, Maya's mother, right?
Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium.
And where is she now? Das ist die auch im ersten Teil erwähnt wurde, die im ersten Teil halt, verschwunden ist, nachdem sie... Die hatte doch in dem ganzen Fall mit Edgeworth und so weiter, wurde doch benutzt, um den Geist zu beschwören von dem Typen im Fahrstuhl. Naja, guckt einfach nochmal den kompletten ersten Teil irgendwo, wenn ihr es nicht mehr wisst. And where is she now? Und es wurde auch nur gesagt, dass sie verschwunden ist.
We are not sure.
Not sure.
About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit. And after that, she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village.
Erased?
A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead.
Oh, I see.
And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to Kurain village.
And?
Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid that...
I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. Looks like there's no one here. And even though the weather is gorgeous today, it's raining inside my heart. Die dumme Tussi da? Side room. The bedding is all laid out today too. I guess I'll leave them alone for now. Okay, ist keiner da. Ja, was soll ich dann machen? Dann gehe ich mal in mein Office vielleicht. Obwohl, vielleicht kann ich das ja doch schon machen hier. Ich probiere es jetzt mal. Nein, doch nicht das. Das. Pearl's alibi. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay?
But what if I can't just tell you what happened?
Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound?
What? You can do that?
You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you?
Yes.
Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right? Winding Way. You were here, weren't you, Pearls, in the Winding Way?
Wow, you got it.
So, do you think you can tell me now?
I'm sorry, not yet.
Man, oh man, alright. What next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there.
Do you really know that much?
Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was it Pearls was doing in the Winding Way? Na, da habe ich nichts. Don't think I have enough evidence yet. Ich gehe nochmal eben dahin. Vielleicht musste ich das doch schon untersuchen. Auch wenn ich damit jetzt euch ein bisschen spoiler. Ne, okay. Hat nämlich damit zu tun. kann ja noch in mein Office und zum Detention Center. This case has had me out of the office most of the time. I can come back tomorrow. Helping Maya should be my top priority now. Na gut, aber die Pflanze? Wie geht's der Pflanze? Charlie, a quite decorative plant. He's a handful, but I've grown quite attached to the little fella. He also helps me to remember all the good times with Mia. Und die Bücher? Difficult looking little books. They mock me. Actually, I've no... Ah, okay, das ist dasselbe wie letztes Mal. Gut, dann gehen wir halt zum Detention Center. Maya must still be in questioning. She'll probably be done in a little bit, so I'll come back later. Was soll ich denn da machen? Vielleicht irgendwas... Ah, was ist, wenn ich ihr das zeige? About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls, where did you find this?
I found it in the incinerator.
The incinerator? Is she talking about the one in the garden?
The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek.
When was that?
It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick?
Yes?
Are you going to tell my mother?
Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did?
Yes, if she finds out that I was playing the leftover trash, I get a spanking.
Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then. Alright. The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Okay. Das hätte schon mal was gebracht. Sonst noch irgendwas, was ich ihr vielleicht zeigen könnte?
That's Mystic Myers.
Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have shown her something this violent.
Is that blood?
It's nothing really. Just forget you ever saw this, okay? What was I thinking? I can't show stuff like that to a child. Okay, hier. Wie wär's mit diesem? Nein. Na gut. Oh. Hey, was ist denn das? There's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me. And are now running at top speed towards me.
Hey. Like, you're that dentist guy.
Actually, it's Felix, right? Attorney at law. Nice to see you again.
Oh, like, real soft, so it's like my turn. It's nice to see you too.
So, what's up? You're all out of breath.
Like, huh? Oh, like, you mean... Like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here.
Excited?
Like, I mean, there are so many things to, like, see. It's, like, the real deal here.
Oh, really? For example?
For example, like that urn over there. Do you, like, know about it?
All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. Is there some sort of legend connected with that urn? Oh shit, I am.
Like, yeah, it's like this village's treasure.
Oh, didn't know that.
And, like, it's sealed inside that urn.
It is? What are you talking about?
Like, you know, Amy Faye Spirit.
Amy Faye. Who's that?
Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded the Kurain channeling technique was Mystic Amy.
You don't have to get upset with me.
So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Faye family will stick around? Like, isn't that totally romantic?
Romantic, yeah. If that urn is really as important as she says, it could be a vital clue, especially because it says I am instead of Amy. Eni, I want to ask you about the murder.
Murder?
Dr. Gray's, remember? As if there's another one.
Oh, that one? Like, you should have said so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room.
Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all?
Like, come on, what a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing.
Oh yeah, you only introduced Dr. Gray to Kurain Village. No relation, sure. Even if you were only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident, because I'm sure that's something you love to remember.
Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to, like, do with the murder?
I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Oh. Fuck. Cyclops?
Like, what is it?
Looks like I'm going to need something to pry her mouth open on this one. Wir können ja mal kurz gucken, wie weit wir da kommen, also was man da so alles braucht, damit wir eventuell, weil ich bin mir sicher, das können wir jetzt noch nicht lösen, aber wir können ja vielleicht schon mal gucken, wo wir hängen bleiben.